This is TWiT.
Don't take this wrong, but I think one of the things that you've gotten better and better at is characterization. Your people are getting really
good.
F and Dunn in our chat room says he loves Kimberly.
Okay.
I won't say any more. But so that's interesting. Tell me about your characters, how you bring characters to life. What do you do? What's your process? How did Kimberly come about?
There are a couple of characters here. I'll tell you my process.
Okay.
All right. There are a couple of characters, and I'm trying to be careful here because I don't want to give spoilers.
I know.
But there is a character by the name of Otto or Ayana Marcotte. Typically what happens is before I read a book, and I'm always canvassing around for interesting hooks into stories by way of characters.
Yeah.
So if I see an interesting person or conceive of an interesting person, I generally have a repository where I put random notes.
Oh.
And this is very manual. I don't enter it into a computer. I've tried every single organizational software for writing stories, and I find really just the tactile feedback that I get from physically writing something.
No kidding.
And being able to sift through it. I don't know whether that's a mnemonic device for me. Do
you have a notebook here with you right now?
No, not now, because I wasn't planning on taking notes on the actual show.
Because I could be in your next book, you know.
That's right. Oh, no, you are, Leo.
Can I be the villain?
You know, it's funny.
I've got the chair.
By the way, just so you know, I have a long list. I have a wait list of people to be killed in my story. So like, could you kill me in your next book? I say, wow, okay. I had a friend, be careful about I say this, he worked in a certain profession where there were inspectors.
Yeah.
And he was saying that this one guy was getting him.
I'd like to get him.
So I made a character of that name who got whacked in one of my books, and he thought that was hilarious.
Oh, that's great.
But generally, I will create characters that I think are interesting and hold on to them. Mm-hmm. And again, I'll go through things.
So you have a cast of characters that
a rogues gallery, yeah,
interesting.
If you will. And what I'll do is I'll go through that on a regular basis, and to see whether or not the book that I'm currently working on suits them.
Yeah.
The other thing is, for this book in particular, and the character I'm thinking of is Otto. He came directly out of the story. So it's sometimes the characters come directly out of the stories.
I've heard writers say that sometimes a story it starts writing itself, starts taking life in your mind. Does that happen to you?
Yeah. I think that I've got a good handle on my protagonist when I'm constantly thinking about what they're thinking about, you know, in my adult thoughts.
You become them.
Yeah, especially if I'm exercising, I'm just sort of thinking how they would view certain things. So that's
but
really
you
my
know
character.
where you're going. Do you plot it all out ahead of time?
Yeah, this is the software analyst side of me. I very carefully structure my stories, and that might be because they are thrillers.
You have to do that.
I think if it was literary fiction, perhaps I would be more focused on you know the character and the feel and the atmosphere and stuff like that. And that's not to say that that's the way literary fiction is all the time. But with a thriller, it has to have this propulsive quality that drives you forward. It makes you want to understand what's coming next. And so it requires, I think, a tight structure where every single sentence does some work. And Kurt Vonnegut, I think, described it very well when he said that in writing, every single sentence should either illuminate character or forward the plot, the story. And I try to hew to that line pretty carefully.
If there's a gun on the mantelpiece in the first act, it better go off by the third act.
The play, Ibsen.
Ibsen.